All right, we're live. We're live. We're live. Happy sequential, whatever. There's a word for it. Happy sequential centennial, something like that. You guys chime in. Let me know I'm messing up. All right, let's get to work. We got July 4th, man. We got to get to work now. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get into the nitty gritty, and we're gonna take these cranks out right now. Got a new tool tray. So just had it all ready for you. All right. Let's take this chain guard off real quick, like. Hey, hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing good. Now remember, on these 10-speed bikes and collegiates, this rear chain guard bolt is a little longer than normal. It has to hold the ferrule for the cable. It has to hold this piece back here on top of the chain guard. And somebody has used mountain cable housing on that. That's got to go too. So we're going to put this over here to the side. And let's take this front bolt off on the chain guard. You guys are kind of far. Beep. That's better. Yeah. Wrong way, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that this hex bolt for this 1/4-20 chain guard fastener, that hex should be on the other side. I'm pretty sure the screwdriver goes in on this way. I think I asked that to AZ Sting once, and he told me for sure that the flathead screw should go in. So somebody has had the chain guard off. It would be amazing if we got this out and it was fresh grease in here. But from what I can hear and what I can tell about this bike, there's no fresh grease anywhere. Actually, this will just see, this has the built-in, oh no, not built-in. Lock washer's on it though. We won't lose that. That's a nice lock washer. And this is the Schwinn bolt. We don't want to lose that. So we're just going to catalog it back in here, you know. And if I was smart, I'd put that other bolt back in the frame. Let's do that. Let's put this other bolt back in the frame. And now's a great time to clean up around under the chain guard in this area. We'll get to that. All right, let's take this chain and just dangle it off. And, oh no, no one has ever done anything with that. No one's done anything to that. When you hear this loud of a noise, can you hear that? That's dry as a bone in there. That's dry as Betty White's back. Okay. Hey, we shouldn't talk about those people. Okay. All right, let's get this big old wrench that I should have had on the tool tray. Here it is. I'm taking it off the tool tray right now. There we go. Okay, good. All right, let's whip you around so you can see. Woohoo! Happy 4th of July. Happy sequential, centennial, something like that. Okay, you guys can kind of see better. See how that's all designed to be so I can get in there, right? That's good. We're going to use the kickstand to our benefit. Yeah, we're going to whack it against the kickstand, and then I'm going to pretend to tighten it, maybe from this other side. You guys can see. Yeah, no one's ever been in this. These are dry as a bone. Dry. They're so dry. Threads are really gummy. Let's deal with the we're just going to be nice to those threads. Special FFA lubricant. Okay, messing around. We don't need the kickstand now. All right. Oh wow, that It's super gummy. Now, when I get these cranks out of here, I'm going to lose it if they aren't stamped 74. You know, the bike was made for Christmas of 75. And if these cranks aren't stamped 74, my cheese is going to slide completely off the cracker. You're going to see me like probably pop into another dimension. Anyway, we checked that peg. That peg looks great. We will run a flat file on that before we put it back in. These look great. They were gummy though. And yeah, I hope these are stamped correctly. We don't want our cheese to slide off our cracker. All right, we'll take a screwdriver and see if this moves. Sometimes they are gummy as well. Pretending to tighten it. Yeah. This does not want to move. Wow, that is so gummy. Oh my God. We got to spray that. Oh, wow, that is gum to the E. Okay. See, I got my FFA lubricant. All right. Well, it's so gummy, I'm going to spray some in the threads here. Some got on the fender. That's okay. We'll just leave that right on the handy-dandy tool tray. All right. Let's work this adjuster back and forth. It is not being nice. Man, that is gummy. Oh my God. I don't think I've had one this stiff in a while. Oh, did I say that? I don't think I had one this stubborn in a while. All right, it's coming off now. Thank goodness. Man. All right, so when we get these out of here, I really want to see a 1974 stamping. I want to see a 74 stamping on here. If it's stamped 75, my cheese is going to slide right off the cracker. And I may just pop into another dimension, and that would be the end of the feed. Oh, these are so dry. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Wow. Absolutely dry. Bone dry. Well, what did you expect from 1974? Okay, let's check the date. Oh my God, these are Japanese cranks. They've been replaced. What the heck's going on? Wow. Did Schwinn put Japanese cranks in collegiates? Look at that. Japan. It is dated 74, though. ST-174. So these are dated 74, but they're made in Japan. I have never come across that, folks. I don't think that these were replaced. I think they're original, but I did not know that in 74 they were using Japanese parts already. Look at that. I don't know if you can make that out. Maybe I can clean this a little so you can see. Let's clean this up a bit. All right, let's see. See if you can see this. ST-174. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can kind of see it. Okay, they're stamped 74, but they're also stamped Japan. Okay, so my cheese is settling back down on the cracker now, and I think I'm in this dimension, so we're okay. Yeah, the threads look good. I think we're just going to really do a quick spritz on this. The cone, the race looks really good, except it's really dry and gummy. We'll spray this with some stuff. We'll spray everything with some stuff, and we're going to repack this. Let me spray these down, and then I'll answer some comments. So let's do a little spray job on these babies. I'd rather spray this on the floor than my bench. We're just going to spray it in this little box here. Okay. These aren't too bad. Oh, wow, they're gummy, though. Look at that. It's all caked on. Yeah, we might have to brush those up a little with something. But let's get the hard parts right now. Let's just let those soak a little bit. Yeah. Soak up that cardboard box, baby. Soak it out. And let's put some in here. These are sticky, too. Oh, my God. How do I get into this mess, you know? What is going on in the world? It's almost like I got to pound these out to clean them. This is really bad. It's coming off. Yeah, these were damaged a little bit from somebody riding the bike without repacking this. You can see a big score mark in there. It's not too bad. It's usable. Let's see. That's why you go through these bikes when you get them. You know, you don't just get on it. And I mean, the person that had this bike just put new tubes in it and changed the bars out and started riding it around. They didn't even think about the bearings. They weren't that knowledgeable, obviously. So there is some slight scoring on that race that shouldn't be there. If they had cleaned this really good and repacked it, this little score mark would not be there. Now, it's not bad. I'm going to use it. I'm going to leave it in place. Because I don't have any that are better than this. So we'll clean it up. All right, let's see what's going on. There's a bunch of people on here. Larry Brightwell, what's up, dude? Happy 4th. Happy 4th to you. Happy cinquentennial, something like that. There is a word for it. It's sequenza something. You guys can look it up. Blatant localism. Hey, dude, what's up? Just wondering about the length of that bolt yesterday on my Suburban project. Oh, about the, yeah, it's, oh, man, it's hot in here. Yeah, I can measure it for you. Yeah, it has to be at least, yeah, the long ones, they go through that holder for the derailleur housing cable thingamadoer. And it has to be at least, I can't see that. Yeah, it's this big. You guys can't see that. It would have to be at least, looks like 5/8 of an inch. Dude, it looks like it's 5/8 of an inch from the top of the bolt. Yeah, it looks like a little over, about 5/8 of an inch. You can always tell the other ones are way smaller. Like the other ones are only like 3/8 of an inch. And they will, it's funny, they will go in that ferrule holder for the derailleur and they will start, but only like one thread. And so you're riding the bike and pow, you shift it and the bolt that's a little smaller than this just goes ping, ping, ping down the street and you don't have any gears and your chain guard hits your cranks and it's a nice day. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, Yeah, use the long one. Definitely use the long one. A friend of mine used to, he would use a brake part. I'll show you later, but there is a brake part you can use. It's not as strong though, and it threads into diacomp brakes, and that's the same thread as this. And then you can use that brake part and then thread an adjuster in there, but it's not as strong as this bolt. Yeah, Randy FXM, happy 4th, everyone. Yeah, happy sequentia potential something. You know, I figured out when I make it to the next one, I'm going to be 112. That's doing pretty good, man. Okay, let's clean this other race up with Jabber John. We got to clean this other side up, and then we'll see if this this FFA spray did its job on those parts. Oh man, this is so gummy. I'm gonna have to pound this one out, I think. Oh man, I gotta pound this one out. It's so gummy. I can't believe it. We're gonna have to pound it out. We'll go flying across the shop. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, you guys can watch where this goes flying so I can find it. Soften the impact. I want to get into this stuff. There it goes. Yeah, I gotta get this one out and really scrub on it with a wire brush a little bit. That other one was pretty good, but this one is really dry and cakey, and I couldn't get my hand in there. So let's scrub it up with a wire brush, and we'll go from there. Wasn't that fun? Yeah, happy 4th. I was 12 years old during the bicentennial. And I remember taking a bike ride that day. I had summer school. Because my dad, in all his infinite wisdom, wrote a letter to the English teacher. And the letter was like, please excuse my son from his English homework. He has to help me build a race engine for the Baja 500. And I did. I had to help him hone this engine 10 thousandths over without sending it to a machine shop. And it sucked. It was hours and hours and hours, and oil was everywhere. And I couldn't do my English homework. So he wrote the English teacher a letter. And she read it in front of the class. It was quite embarrassing. And I got a C minus. And my stepmom, in all her infinite wisdom, made me go to summer school to bring the grade up from a C minus to a C plus. You can imagine how ticked off I was. Yeah. So I don't think I rode the bike to school on the 4th. I don't think that was an actual school day on the 4th, but the next day I remember riding the bike. It was a Huffy. It was a yellow Huffy I bought from my stepbrother for $5. And so I immediately scraped all the Huffy stickers off, took it all apart, and sprayed it like a dark blue. Everybody in the neighborhood had red line bikes and Schwinn Stingrays with motocross bars. And I had a Huffy. I think my dad was tired of my Schwinns getting stolen. Anyway, here we are. This is pretty good now. Now, you see, I couldn't really get the brush in there to do all that. That would have been really a pain. That's pretty good. The other one scored. This one came out pretty good. So I rode the bike the next day, or whenever the next school day was. And I think some of the neighborhood kids, I think it was a Thunder Road. It had that stupid back black seat, the stupid motocross seat, and the little low-rise bars. Anyway, so I painted it, and I rode it to school the next school day. And I think some of the neighborhood kids and my older evil stepbrother went in the garage and loosened the handlebars and seat. So when I got to school that day, stuff was just dragging. You know, the seat was almost dragging on the ground. I made it, and I had to walk it home, and everybody was laughing and stuff. And they thought that was really funny. So that's why I always say, Huffy, tighten it up and go. I think they went in there and pulled a fast one on me and loosened some stuff up just because they were jerks, you know. No, that one's not bad. I'm tempted to pound that other one out and put the whammy on it. Let's see if I can reach in there with some steel wool and kind of clean it. This one's good, though. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, Huffy, tighten it up and go. That's good. Yeah, it's not bad. It is scored a little bit. I can't really show you. Well, I could get you down here just for a second without blowing up the live feed. Let's see if you guys can see. You see the little score mark here? It's right there. It goes all the way around. Yeah. It's not bad, though. Some dirt got in there, and obviously somebody just jumped on the bike once they put new tubes and tires on it. That's, you know, it's a common thing. So when you get these bikes, go through them, you know, take everything apart, make sure, you know, if not, you're just messing stuff up, you know. Woo, it's hot out here. All right, let's pound this race in, and we will use the bronze hammer for that. Didn't do too well taking it out. Thunder Road. Yeah, I think it was a Thunder Road, man. Good call. It was yellow. It had black grips and a black seat. And I think it had a weird little number plate that said off-road. But the reason my younger stepbrother sold it to me was because he was tired of the neighborhood kids teasing him. Because, you know, Huffy, you know, come on. So everybody in the neighborhood had a Schwinn Stingray with off-road bars and a single seat. A lot of Schwinn Stingrays with moto mags and stuff. Some red lines, some other Japanese race frames. You know, kids, we didn't have money, but the other kids in the neighborhood did. And so I was stuck with this Huffy with the smallest cranks in the world. The little goofy black seat in the back. You know, it wasn't a Stingray saddle. And it said, I think it had a number plate on the front, and my stepbrother quickly ripped that off. And he didn't know how to get rid of the stickers, but I did. And I knew that once I got the stickers off, I had to paint the whole frame because you can't take stickers off unless you're really careful. It ruins the paint, and then this adhesive just collects dirt. So I knew I was going to paint it and make it look like it wasn't a Huffy. But lo and behold, everybody knew it was a Huffy. Huffy, tighten it up and go. Okay, so these are clean. We are so far ahead of the game now. Let's wire brush this area and clean this really good. I should probably just keep the wire brush right on this table here, on my parts tray. Yeah, it was right here. There it is. Yep, good. Yeah, hope everyone's doing good. And that's amazing that these cranks are stamped Japan. Let me know in the comments if you've come across that for a 74 Schwinn. That is a new one on me. I know these weren't replaced. There's no way that these were replaced for any reason. Although that bolt was backwards on the chain guard. So maybe someone bent the cranks, but then there'd be grease in here. Somebody would have done it right? A bike shop wouldn't have just thrown it in there, would they? Don't answer that. Okay, let's clean that and look at it really carefully, and then we'll decide which we probably are, because that's how we roll, because the old hardened races are always the best anyway. Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's as good as the day it was made. I wish that other race came out that way. Yeah, that is good as the day that was made. There's almost very little wear on that. We are good to go on that. All right, let's see what comes off of here with just wiping. I don't think it's just going to be like a wiping deal. Yeah, this is really gooey. Okay, let's see if this. I don't think this is just going to wipe off. Right. And we might have to use a little wire brush action. It's probably not the greatest for the chrome, but we're just going to scuff it up a little, and then we'll use the steel wool. Yeah, we'll do all right. Well, happy 4th, everyone. Thanks for listening to my stories about when I was 12, having to ride my Huffy. Once I tightened the handlebars and seat, those dang neighborhood kids, they were trying to mess with me. You know, they thought it was hilarious, I guess. I'm pretty sure they went there because I remember tightening it pretty good. I remember my dad asking me, hey, make sure you tighten everything up on that once you repaint it, you know. Like, I remember my dad asking me, did you make sure? I remember him saying, you know, it's one thing to spruce up a bike, but once you take it all down and take it apart, make sure you tighten everything up. He told me that, and I did. I tightened it up really good, but I think some kids snuck in there. We didn't really lock our garage, you know. I think some kids under my stepbrother's tutelage, the older one, probably went in there and did a number on it, you know, loosened things up. I could see that happening. And I don't think he's with us anymore, so I can't really talk about him too badly. So, you know, whatever. Okay, so I don't want to scratch that up too much. Now, these are things I could have done off camera, and we'd be way farther along. Like, I'd be repacking the back hub right now. But I didn't have a lot of time this week. We had some artwork to deliver today in the truck because it was such a big piece of artwork. I had to go down to this gallery, and it wasn't fun. The truck does not have AC, and we had to use the truck. There was no way that was going to fit in wifey's car. Okay, this is ready for some steel wool action. Yep. Yeah, we'd be almost working on the back wheel now if we weren't cleaning this. That's coming along pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty dry. I'm trying to do a good job, but I want to go fast too. Those two things don't go hand in hand together. All right. That looks pretty good. I don't think we're going to worry about this side too much. The major rust pockets will get off. Okay. Woo. So yeah, tell me, guys and girls, have you come across a Japanese stamped cranks in your 74 and below collegiates? What happened? Did someone bend the cranks? I thought for sure these would be Schwinn America, you know? but they're stamped Japan. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Huh. These are the right year. That is so odd. Okay, so these, if the bearings were clean, which they're not, these are ready to go. So let's just hang it on this little hook here. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, baby. That's right. All right, let's look at this. This has been soaking with some FFA cleaner on it for a while. This looks great. Wow. If only the bearings were this clean. Yeah, that looks like the day it was machined. Yeah. That looks like the day it was machined. Well, there's some wear on it, but it's not. There's no brenneling. Schwinn knew how to make stuff, folks. You're not going to find anything like this on today's bikes, unless it's some high-class racing bike. You're not going to go to some cheapy Walmart store or Target and buy a bike and take the race out after 100 miles and look at it. It's not going to look like that. It's not even going to be close. This conical thing made into the race, that was made so more bearing would be in contact with the race, and the bearing in the race would have more contact, which means more lubrication, and that means more adjustment. So Schwinn was the first one to do that, to put that conical shape in the wedge. They came up with that. Most cheap bikes, it's just a cone. It's just there's no indent for the bearing. It's just a cone. And guess what it looks like when you take it out after 100 miles? It looks like it's ready to break in half. All right, this is good. We'll put it on the tool tray. Hey, tools go there. All right. These are pretty crappy. And they're going to definitely need some wire brush action on this. I should have a solvent tank in here. I don't. We're just going to break the loose stuff off. We might even fire up the compressor and blow them out. It's so noisy with the AC on, you won't even hear the compressor. We're just going to break this loose, this gunked on, semi-loose black stuff off of here. And we'll give them another spray, another wipe down. And I think I'm going to fire up the compressor and actually blow these out a little bit. There is dirt and grit in here. And like I say, even though those cranks are stamped Japan, maybe they bent them the very first ride or something and they brought it back to Schwinn. I don't know. That's a weird one. But I don't think anybody really serviced this bike very much, obviously. Okay, that's ready to get blown out. And this side, on the non-gear side, wasn't as oily and sticky, and that probably means that there was a kid with an oil can. Kids used to like to do that. You turn your bike upside down, put oil everywhere and every bearing. It's not grease. You shouldn't really be doing it that way. But 3-in-1 oil when you're a kid, you like to put that stuff everywhere. So that's probably why this bearing is cleaner than the other side, because someone could get the oil in there. I don't know. Okay, so these are ready to blow. We're going to fire up the compressor real quick. Give me a sec. You're supposed to have that compressor on. I'm supposed to be on already. That's supposed to be all ready to go, dude. All right, let's get this WD-40 box out of my face. Woo. Okay, we're going to blow these off real good like. And then we're going to repack the cones that I just took out and cleaned. Well, I took one out. And then we're going to put this back in and adjust it up and probably put the chain guard back on. Because we're that awesome. These aren't too bad. Once we blow them out a little bit, they'll be good. you're supposed to have that blowgun sitting on the tool tray. Like this. You're supposed to have that ready. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, we're not going to Bonneville Salt Flats here. We're not racing this in the Tour de France. Oh, wow. Stuff's coming out. Yeah, some white lithium came off of there. And that tells me that this bike has never been serviced because Schwinn used white lithium. And I'm pretty sure that this bike has never been serviced. That's the original white lithium. All right. Oh, yeah, these are going to be fine, folks. Don't worry. I know you're not worrying, but don't worry. These are going to be fine. They just need the grit blown out of it, the cones cleaned, and us to marvel in the fact that they're Japanese cranks in a 74 Schwinn collegiate. That is an odd one, folks. All right. They look pretty good. Oh, yeah. Supposed to have everything ready. Compressed air is supposed to be sitting there. So tired of these automatic robots telling me how to do my show. Anyway, that's where I'm getting all that from. I mean, they do have a point, right? You're supposed to have everything ready. But when you're dealing with old bikes that you don't really know about, how much tools are you going to have on here? You know, I mean, anyway, let's read some comments. Cooling fin. My Columbia 10-speed made in mass has a Weinmann front hub and a Shimano rear hub. OEM, go figure. Yeah, Columbia was doing some switcheroony stuff. What year is that? Like late 70s? Before or after the movie Breaking Away? Makes a difference in quality. Bikes made after the movie Breaking Away were made very quickly. People were cashing in. Everybody wanted to be a bike racer after that movie. Okay, let's get the grease. Yeah, everybody wanted to be a racer after that movie. Okay, this is my special grease, FFA grease. Okay. I think I might even put some blue gloves for this one. Green gloves. Sorry, green gloves. Yeah, what year was that Columbia? I bet you it was post 70. When did that movie come out? 72 or 73? Breaking Away? Man. I was tearing down this one Schwinn hub once, and I put it back together, and like the whole hub was cross-threaded where the it was Schwinn too. The whole where you threaded the freewheel on, it was like off a little bit, and I couldn't believe it. So I called my friend and I said, have you ever seen a Schwinn approved hub made in France that was kind of off on the threading for the freewheel? It's actually, you can see it moving a lot when you ride the bike, like much more than a really bad freewheel. The threads were actually out of round. And he asked me, he said, what year is it? I said, it's a 79. He goes, oh yeah, that was made during the bike boom. And they were pumping out bikes as fast as the humanly possible. Nobody was checking the run out on those hubs. Throw that hub away. And I was like, oh man, Breaking Away. Okay. Oh yeah, we still got to file this. We got to file that real quick. Wow, and this is quite dented in. I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite dented in. Maybe I should pound that on the anvil a little bit. I think I'm gonna go to the anvil real quick and do some pounding. Just come with me over here. It's gonna be fun. Hammer to use. Okay, that's better. Let's file this baby up. It was just dished in a little. Excuse me. It was just dished in a little bit from being over tightened, maybe. Cooling fin. Don't know. 1978 is my guess. I bought me the only new bike right before that movie came out in 19. You bought your only new bike right before that movie came out. Well, you probably did pretty good. I think that movie was like 76 or 75. We'll look it up later. Somebody will tell me. Chime in, people. People that can look on their computer real quick. I can't do anything to my computer right now. It has to be doing this kind of stuff. Yeah, well, you did pretty good if it was pre-breaking away. Yeah, they were pumping some bikes out. Right now, we're just filing we're trying to get this better. I can see that it is dished, and I'm a little bit worried about that. See how the file is taking some off, but not where that notch is? I want that notch to be clean. So I might have to go over here and set it down on the bench. Yeah, that's good. That took a little bit of the plating off. Oh, well, a little bit of zinc plating gone as opposed to that notch catching the wrong way and ruining this washer. It's a toss-up. We did well. Cooling fin. Breaking Away is a 1979. Yeah! American coming-of-age comedy drama, film directed by Peter Yates and written by Steve Tessich, who won the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. Yeah. Yeah. I remember he did go race in a Huffy 500. It had to be a Huffy bike. He had to have one. And he went to buy it, and the guy was like, $100. And he's like, it's a Huffy. Anyway, this is ready. Let's pack this up and pack it up and put it back together. Thanks for all my paid subscribers. I was able to buy some special FFA grease. Thank you very much. You too can become a paid subscriber. You get incredible benefits. Occasionally, I'll drop a video that's for subscribers only, but then in a few days, I start feeling guilty and I kick it down to the general public. So if you're willing to wait a few days, then you don't have to pay me anything. But it does help out, a few bucks for supplies and, chain lube, maybe a few tubes here and there. I don't make tons of money on this channel. I'm not really in it for the money. I do want to sell some bikes though. So there might be a future episode when I just bring out a bunch of bikes that I want to sell and go from there. That's way too much grease. Okay. That's a lot of grease. That's good. All right. Let's, if we were smart, we could check the threads on these. But the pedals came right out. If you see the video where I got this bike, the crappy plastic pedals that were in here did come out. That one looks a little suspect, though. Maybe we should check this real quick. Let's check this left one real quick. I got a left hand. National fine, 1/2 inch NF, national fine, left hand. And we're just gonna kind of run it in there. I guess I could go get the right tool that holds it. Probably smart. Yeah. Yeah, they're a little. You know, I'm kind of glad I ran this through. It's not happy. Man, it's almost time to put it in the vise. Yeah, I should put this in the vise. Put some oil on the tap, maybe. Oh man, I'm so glad I checked this, folks. Because if this was no good, then we'd be putting these cranks in for nothing. I'm struggling here, folks. I'm struggling. I'm starting not to struggle. I'm feeling better. Okay. Woo! It's always the left one. I don't know why. It's always the left one. At one point, somebody tried to put the wrong pedal in. I don't know. Whatever. We're just going to run that all the way through and let the chips just fall out. Look at that. No problem. And since we have the compressed air ready, all right. You know, that was so gummy. I think I'm going to check the right-hand side, too. That was kind of rough. This is right hand, national fine, 1/2 inch. Goes on the chain side. And yes, I should have this in the vise, but I don't. I would have to go over there, and then you guys wouldn't see me. It's all about me. Oh yeah, this one's no problem. It's always the left one. Somebody tried to put a right pedal on the left side or vice versa. It's always the left one. Okay, we're gonna call this one good. I'm gonna back it out and I'm gonna blow it out with compressed air. And then we're gonna throw it all together and adjust it. And it should be just fine. Everything's clean. The bearings are clean now. The races are clean. And we're going to put our Japan stamped. What am I doing? I have compressed air right here. Okay, I'm glad I checked that. It's good to check. All that work and you'd have a bad thread like, oh, dude, that was silly. All right, these are ready to go in. Let's sight down them. And they're straight. Bearing, nice clean bearing. We're just putting it on there dry. That grease in those thing will work its way in, no problem. We have the adjuster and the other bearing ready. And chain wheel side goes through. And if we were smart, we'd clean this real quick. You know, let's do that. Let's clean around there. Because we can right now, you know. With the cranks in the way, you can't clean there. Well, you can, but it's really hard. I wish somebody didn't use mountain cable housing. We're going to fix that in just a second. All right, let's put it in. Quit messing around. Time is money. You're costing me money. You're costing me money. It's going along a lot easier than it came off. Surprising what a little bit of cleaning action will do. Yeah, hope everyone's going to keep their animals safe tonight. We have two little brother dogs. They're Schwinns terriers. And they are very upset about fireworks. They don't like it. So we have to take precautions, you know. Like what I do is I build a little blanket fort out of the kitchen table, put some pillows down there, and then when it really gets bad, when the fireworks really start popping up, you know, 8 or 9 at night, they crawl under there and shiver and shake and whine. And it was so bad a few years ago. A neighbor was letting off fireworks as well as the whole Main Street thing. And it was so bad, I had to go under the table with him and chill him out. Like, hey, guys, it's okay. So keep your animals safe. Bring them in tonight if you can. I mean, unless it's a dog or a cat that doesn't care. Some don't. Some cats and dogs are just totally, you know, whatever. They have no problem. Some hunting dogs are like that. They've been around guns so much that fireworks don't faze them at all. Our dogs are hunting dogs, but we're not hunters. They're Schwinns terriers, and they will kill things. They will kill rodents and moles and jump across large distances to kill a moth. You know, they are terrors. But as for fireworks, no, they're not into it. I don't think a lot of dogs are into it. Okay. Oh yeah, I can tell that feels so much better. I know that was a lot of work, especially having to pound that other one out to really clean it. But these are really nice now. I don't know if you can hear it because the AC's on, but they're smooth. This is a nice set. There's not a problem with that. Let's do the adjustment and move on. Where's that washer? Oh, here it is. Yeah, and this looks pretty good. I don't see any problem with this. And there's enough grease on that just sitting on it that I'm not going to worry about it. And this we filed up pretty good. Yeah, we got the rough stuff off. We kind of reformed it over there a little bit too. I'm glad I made the tool tray like have room from here, you know, so you can reach in. The ones I saw online were cast aluminum. And not only were they really expensive, like $80, but on the older stands, like this is a really old stand. It's like a PS1 or what is this? I can't even tell what it is. I can't tell what the number is on here. The sticker is worn off, but it's one of the earlier ones. And so not only would you have to buy the $80 aluminum tool tray, which is just a piece of aluminum, or the cheaper $30 plastic one, you have to buy this collar that goes on here. So I was just like, what? I'll just make my own. Okay, so let's adjust this. I think we're done with the gloves right now. Yay. Woo. Okay. Oh yeah, look, we got this right here. It's ready to go. And we may use the kickstand again. Let's see here. Oops. That's too tight. I gotta get a screwdriver. Hang on. Yeah, that was too tight. Let's try that. Oh yeah. All right, going to put the final on it. And for the final, we're going to use a kickstand. See, with the kickstand down, you mar the kickstand a little bit. You could probably put a rag here if you were really, if you're really having some issues about that. Let's put a rag here. Right here. You're marring the kickstand underneath where no one's ever going to see it. All right. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We have new grease. There's very little side play. We have new grease. Everything is good. All right, let's spin you around, and I'll clean up the chain guard area, and we're going to put the chain guard back on because we're kind of ready for that. All right, let's spin you around. Woo! I'll read some comments here. Let's see. Cooling fin. I paid $200 for a Peugeot road bike, a U08, I think. I wonder what year my current Schwinn is. An aluminum hybrid 3x7 with Suntour fork. No idea how long it sat before I found it. Well, if it's aluminum frame, it's probably 95. Like if you looked at the last live feed when I took parts off of that yellow Schwinn that was damaged, that is an aluminum frame as well. So probably 95 made. Some bikes were still made in Connecticut at that time in Waterford, but I don't know. You'd have to do the research. What is the Peugeot? Is that a mixty frame? The two bars that go down. Called a Trailway. Huh. It was the Schwinn a Trailway? That might have been 96. I'm not an expert I'm not an expert on anything, but my knowledge is limited to, when Schwinn got taken over in Japan, there's a Japanese Schwinn over there. My knowledge is limited to that couple of years after Schwinn got taken over. And then after that, I just kind of lost interest in Schwinn. So, yeah. 10-speed style Peugeot. Is it a mixty frame, though? Does the frame come down and V out like a V? Like a frame for man or woman kind of thing. Mixies are cool. Yeah, you'd know it if it was a mixty. Okay, or it might be the Peugeot with the little, on the seat tube, it has little checkers on the seat tube, like blue and yellow checkered, like a checkered flag almost on the seat tube. Those are nice too, like a pale blue or something. No, not a mixty. Oh, sorry, I'm running on empty here. Okay, let's spin this around. Whee! Okay, let's put the chain guard on because that is the next logical thing to do. And, we're all about Dr. Spock around here. Okay. That's the left-hand tap. These are good to have. You can find the right-hand taps anywhere. Like Ace Hardware will have it. But to find the left-hand National Fine half-inch tap, you got to order it or you got to know where to get it. So if you work on a lot of old bikes, get this left-hand tap. You're going to need it. A lot of old American bikes. Okay, let's check the run out on this gear actually. It's a bit bent. Yeah, that gear took a whack somewhere. Oh well, we're just gonna run it. If it bugs me, I'll change it out later. Okay, I think this chain is a no-go. I think we're just gonna deal with this rotten chain right now. Let's take this chain out. And I don't think I'm going to use it. It's dry and rusty, like the rest of the bearings. But the actual paint on the frame and the finish stayed pretty good on this bike. That's one of the things that caught my eye. I was like a computer when I first saw this. When I was at Hearn Cycle, and I saw it there with no fenders and the wrong bars. My brain was working like a mini computer. I knew I had the back fender, and I knew I had a better seat, and I knew I had better bars and a correct stem. I knew all that, what was in my inventory. So when I saw it, my mind was working, and it was a tall frame. So that means as the keeper, that means I'm going to put the work into it and keep it because it's a tall frame, so I can ride it. So I already knew all these things. When I saw it, my brain was working like overtime, and I was like, "Oh, I got to get this bike." So yeah, and then the next day I went to the scrapyard and made some money, and then I gave the money to the bike guy. Yeah, man, when you're addicted to a hardcore substance like antique bikes, you will do anything to get more. Hey, it could be worse, right? It could be a lot worse. Okay, put this back a little bit. All right, now let's clean this area now. It's really kind of grody. There's lots of goo and baked on stuff. And also, we're not using this terrible cable. Let's take this terrible cable out right now, and I'll tell you why it's so terrible. Hey, you're supposed to have all the wrenches right here. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. This back one should be a 9. It is. It is a 9mm. Got your 9mm here, buddy. Okay. Okay. So that's an important piece not to lose. We'll just set it right there on the computer. That's why you need that long. That's why you need the long one. On bikes with 5 or 10 speeds, you need that longer one. That longer bolt that goes through it has to be at least 5/8. And this is the correct housing. That's okay, but it's black, so that's wrong. Whee! And through here, let's see what we got here. Is this correct? No, that's the correct style, but it's black, so whee! And this front one is wrong. It is a mountain cable. And not only is it a mountain cable, but it's black. And then there's this. And this is the big clincher right here. This is a 10-speed cable for brakes. It is not a Schwinn derailleur cable. There's nothing in the world that should be in except a handbrake for a 10-speed. It's the mushroom style. It's great. This is really in good shape still, except I probably wouldn't use it because what happens is when it's in the Schwinn holder, it's not in that peg all the way, and all the stress is right against this part here. It's not right there where it should be, it's right here. And so when you're using it in the gears, that's weakening that part there. It should be pressing against this bigger mushroom head. There's more lead to grab that. So I probably won't reuse this again because of that. But you know, we'll save it. We'll save it. All right, so we have an actual Schwinn style cable, and I'll show you the difference. It's very annoying when people think they know how to work on bikes, and they know a little bit to be dangerous. Okay, I'll show you what a really dull pair of needle nose can do. Trying to get this cable apart. Okay. Okay. So the cable housing here is wrong. Like the cable company that sells this, they put the wrong mountain cable housing on this. This is wrong. We're going to put the right stuff on. But this part isn't wrong. That is the Schwinn end. That will go in a Schwinn shifter and be correct. Sometimes they don't go all the way in, and you have to file the width here. You have to file a little bit to make it go in the shifter. And then this is the Shimano end here. And we're just going to snip that off right away because we don't have no Shimano bikes around here. Well, we do, but they don't have gears. We do have Japanese bikes, but they don't have Shimano gears. There we go. The Shimano end is gone. And we'll take it out of this silly mountain housing. Okay, so let's see if this end even goes in the Schwinn end. Sometimes you have to file these a little bit. Let's see if it goes in. All right. Nope, it does not go in. We have to file the flat a little bit. It happens. Don't just jam it in there because you're going to be riding and it's just lead. And eventually the tension of the derailleur will make this piece of lead fit in there. But guess what? Your derailleur's out of adjustment because it moved 1/8 of an inch. So now you don't get first gear. So think about those things. Everything's got to be loosey-goosey, slidey, easy breezy, you know? So we're just filing a little bit of lead. I'll show you in a second what it looks like. We're filing a little bit of lead off of that. So this part will slide in. Let's check it right now. Oh, yep, now it goes in. We're good. That'll go all the way in there. So that little 20 or 30 seconds of you filing, once you get the cable all through and adjusted and you ride it a few times and you didn't file that and it was just kind of still stuck near the edge, oops, it shot down 1/4 of an inch. Oh, I don't get second and first anymore. What happened? Well, you didn't file the end of your non-Schwinn style. Well, the Schwinn cables fit every time, but good luck finding those. You have to just get the universal and you have to file it. So let's put it through. Let's check this first. How's this doing? Oh yeah, this feels good. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put it through, and we're through. All right, good. I didn't quite file that enough. I didn't quite file it enough, folks. There we go. Okay, so let's break out the gray housing. And we will cut a few pieces. But before we do that, let's loop this up out of the way. And we were going to clean this back area and put the chain guard on. So we got sidetracked a little bit, but let's clean this back area, put the chain guard back on, and then do the cabling. Our special FFA cleaner. Good. The paint on this bike is very good. There's a few chips and here and there, and wear-related things, but the actual finish is really not too bad, not too faded. It's in great shape. That was another thing I was looking at when I was at the bike shop. Like, wow, the condition of the paint's probably a +6+. It's not bad. The graphics, there's some chipping on the graphic here, but that's to be expected with a bike this old. And there's some chips on the top tube here and there. That's to be expected. You could touch that up, but I'm not going to touch it. Now, this one's from the Carson Cycle Center. Carson's Cyclery in Bend, Oregon. And I don't know if they are still in business, but this one's from Oregon, believe it or not. Okay, Bend, Oregon, probably a college town. Collegiate. Okay, this derailleur is quite stiff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spray that down a little bit. All right, let's put the chain guard on. I need to drink some water real quick, and we will answer some comments. Who's commenting here? Cooling fin, down tube shifters, checkboard detail above and below the name in the paintwork. Yes. Yeah, that's a nice one. 80s, early 80s, not sure. They had a light blue Peugeot like that. It was like a misty baby blue, kind of almost opaque blue, but metallic. And I saw a lot of those. I worked on a few of those. Nice lightweight bike. If it fits you, you should keep it. It's a good bike. All right, Schwinn Collegiate. I don't know if we're going to bother cleaning the back of this. I guess we could a little. I guess we could do the right thing. Yeah, make sure that Peugeot does not have the plastic simplex derailleurs. If it does, change them out quickly. And make sure that if it does have the plastic simplex shifters. Oh, it has down tube shifters. Yeah, it doesn't have those. Okay, but check the derailleurs. If they're any kind of simplex plastic, it'll be like a black piece of plastic that says simplex on it. Get rid of those things pronto. Don't even play around. Just change them out to something else. And then you can tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, because, man, if you've ever had one of those break while you're riding, it's game over. And they're made out of plastic, black plastic, and it says simplex on it. And I'm not sure about if the Peugeot had that for that year, but a lot of them did. And if you have that, get rid of it. Just switch it out to anything you can find, anything. All right, so we're going to put this on. And we're going to put the bolt through the right way. Which I believe is you put the head through. Pretty sure that's the correct way. Don't drop the bolt. Okay, we got to find this piece I dropped here. We could clean that up a little bit. Yeah, it looks clean enough. The chrome looks great on that. You know, I think I'll put a tiny dab of grease on those threads. What the heck? Make it easy for the next guy, which is probably going to be me. Especially if I'm going to live to be 112 to make it to the next celebration of this country. Yeah, if I'm going to make it to be 112, this bike's going to need some service, man. I have that on right. I think I do. Maybe that went on the backside. I think that's on the backside. Yeah, okay. And it's all coming back to me now. Okay, we have a chain guard. I didn't tighten this yet. Remind me to do that right now. Okay. Okay. Yes. Woo, it's getting hot out here. All right, let's get to cabling. Let's read some comments. 1995. Thank you. I thought the Schwinn was a decade newer. It had simplex shifters, but the plastic was only an insert grip. Oh, good. The Strongline crankset with its Achilles heel cracked the big wheel. Yeah, sometimes. Oh, the Schwinn. I thought we were talking about. I thought we were talking about the Peugeot, but the Schwinn. Yeah, if it's aluminum, maybe 1995. I'm not quite sure on that, but I thought that aluminum frame Schwinns were kind of like in the mid 90s, kind of a thing. Josh Eats. I'm taking my 1960 Schwinn on a bike packing trip 120 miles. Cool. Mine is the racer version of that bike, I believe. Yeah. Nice green bike with the sparkle hand grips. Love it. Had a few flats on it already. Oh, yeah. We don't know anything about green sparkle grips around here. Yeah. My buddy Larry Brightwell is supposed to bring my racer back to me. It was too tall for him. But no, they're good bikes. The racer version, if you're going 120 miles, you should probably make sure the 3-speed's working good if it's a 3-speed. a couple drops of oil in the back hub, and get some thorn-proof tubes. Put some of that green slime in there or something. Bring a spare tube with you. Yeah. You'll make it, but I just hope it's not a coaster brake version. Unless you're out in like Utah or Nevada or somewhere. I mean, Bonneville. All right, let's do some cabling. We're ready for some gray cable housing. That's what we're ready for. Yep. And we are 2:22. Oh, we're an hour and 20 minutes in. We're doing pretty good. Yes, it's a 3-speed. Thanks for that tip. Yeah. Couple drops of 10 weight in the hub. And what else? If I was going 120 miles, I'd probably bring a 3-speed cable with me. The replacement cable for Sturmey Archer. If it has the original one that has the spin-on, see, I don't have any 3-speeds up here right now, but if it's an original 3-speed cable with no repair, the end that goes into the indicator chain will just have a spinning item. And if it just has that, then bring the 3-speed cable repair kit with you. Because, if that cable goes, there's no way to fix it unless you have that repair kit and the new cable. So I would definitely bring that with me. What else? Yeah, I would just I would look at that hub very carefully. A couple drops in there. Make sure there's a little wheel up here. There's a wheel up here. It's made out of plastic. If you can find the metal one, that's great. But put a couple drops of oil on that wheel, and put a couple drops of 3-in-1 oil or 10 weight in the shifter itself. Just make sure that shifter and cable are working real good. Okay, let's do some cabling. Now, this isn't Schwinn cable, but it's the right color. So, is it gear cable? No, it's for brakes. Does it have the plastic liner? No. It's just really cheap gray cable. And sometimes it doesn't even fit in here. Oh, we got lucky this time. It will fit in there. That's nice. Sometimes it doesn't even fit. Yeah, it'll fit in there. And I believe it will fit in these as well. Let's see here. I can't tell, but I'm pretty sure this year particularly they gave you a little bit of gave you a break on that. All right, so let's snip this and poke in it with the little compass. Once we snip this, then we're going to poke in it with that and make sure that the sharp edges aren't sticking up. Okay, let's snip this off, baby. We got stuff to do. All right. So right now I'm just going to rudely look at what I need here, and I'm going to snip it off about an inch more just to be sure. It's just a rough pirate's guide at this point. I'm thinking that would be too small, and since it's a tall frame, I'm thinking this big would be nice, right about there. So I've marked where I want it, and maybe a little extra in case we cut it weird. And then we're going to check it now. Check it for deburring action, see if it needs it. That end does need it, and that end looks good. For some reason, this end was spared the deburring. No, that's very sharp as well. And this one is sharp. I got to get a better pair of cutters. That was okay. I think I'm going to try to re-snip this one. But I've made it smaller now, right? Always snip away from your face. All right, that's good. That doesn't even need a deburr. See, that's clean. And this one looks a little crunchy there on the edge. See that? Should I mess with that? The cable is getting smaller and smaller. Okay. That's why you start long. You give yourself an inch. That looks good. And this one looked good once I even cut it, but we'll just make sure. Okay, this one's good. I don't think we're going to bother with one of those ferrules. We could look for a ferrule. I don't think I have any, actually. Oh, I got one. I got one left. I'll use it. It's the only place it's going to go anyway. You won't get this ferrule in anywhere else on this bike. It won't fit on that back part. It won't fit in here. Doesn't fit. It won't fit in there. It won't fit anywhere in here. It won't fit in there. This is the only spot on the collegiate that you can use this ferrule. So you know what? We might as well use it. I'm not going to crimp it though. I never do. All right, let's get some grease. And we only need grease right here. You don't need grease miles long. Just stay right there for a minute, buddy. If you don't realize, it is pretty hot out here today. So we started a little early. I would have liked to do this later, but the dogs freak out so bad during the 4th of July that we just have to be around them to make sure they're okay. You know. And if you do have pets, bring them in, folks. I know I've been saying that, but you know, the animal shelters are filled with cats and dogs after 4th of July. Filled. They all run away. When they hear all that booming and stuff, they freak out hard. So make sure your pets are secured. And since we're using the ferrule, we have to open that up a little bit. I forgot about that part. That's probably why I don't use the ferrules too much. We have to open up this little holder a little bit, maybe even a little more. Let's see. Yep, we got to spread this. We're spreading this little piece here a little bit. Come on now. There we go. Woo! Oh my goodness. All right. Bend this straight a little. There. Schwinn did not have a ferrule there, but we put one there. Now, we're lucky in this particular year, this gray, this weird brake cable I have that's gray will fit in here. Sometimes it doesn't. And now is a great time to clean some of the stuff behind there that you'll never get off in between where the cable runs. All right, let's put it in. Oh yeah. Now we're going to test this. I'm going to pressurize this end, and we're just going to test the shifter. And it feels good. I don't feel any big sharp edges doing anything stupid. Okay, for this next one, it's kind of hard. And we could trust that this is correct, that the other doofus is put in. This is the one that was in here, I think. Or did I chuck that with abandon? I think I chucked that across the shop. Here it is. Here's the one. Here's the one I pulled out and chucked. Now we could just hope that these guys knew what they were doing and cut one this length. And something tells me that we should make it a little longer. But anyway, let's cut one and see. Oh, we got one right here we can cut. Here's a piece I was using the other day that was too short for the front of one of my bikes. So now I've got this piece. I don't want to break into that roll right now. I'm going to cut from this piece. Yeah. Hopefully the doofuses knew what they were doing. Okay, let's see. Yes, it's a 3-speed. Thanks for the tip. Josh Eats. It's called the Fred Meeher Heartland Trail. Oh, John, I got a flat in Berkeley, California. Need Benny here too. Get the fix-it kit. If you're going to have Uncle Benny fix your flat, you're going to get about one more block. Christian Lasso, Turtle, here you need your help. Suck on the Strawberry Hill. Yeah, man. Benny had a wreck on Strawberry Hill once. So bad, Christian. Oh my God. Don't even let me tell you that story. Okay, we're going to trust that they knew what they were doing. We know they didn't, though. Okay, so we're just going to trust that those doofuses that put this in were doing the right thing. This one's the same length. I have my doubts. All right, let's check the end for burrs. How's that look? Oh, it's all burred up. We got to deal with that. And this one needs some love too. Did he ever tell you about that wreck he had when he was a kid on Strawberry Hill? Oh my God. He's lucky to be alive. All right, we're trying to re-snip this a little bit. See how I kind of snipped that away from my face? That's good. All right, this looks okay. Let's just test it on the cable dry real quick and see if we feel those sharp edges doing anything stupid. I don't want to put this this is kind of a hard one to get in, and I don't really want to put it in with it being sharp. It feels pretty good, but this one looks terrible there. We're going to try to snip that one a little bit. I got to get some better cable cutters, actually. There we go. So yeah, Turtle, one time we and Benny were way up in the hills, and I had a Schwinn 10-speed with upright bars. Nothing special. It was just a stock Schwinn 10-speed with big wide bars I put on. There was nothing off-road about it. The tires were bald, and that's what I was using. And he had a brown Huffy with off-road tires. And I said, wait here at the top. I'll tell you how bad it is, because it was this big downhill that went down. And there were some joggers, some hikers coming up. And they came up near the top, and they're like, be careful. There's this sandy part at the bottom, because they looked at the bike. I had no business being up in the Berkeley Hills on a fire trail with a 10-speed with bald tires. And they looked at the bike, and they said, be careful. There's loose sand at the bottom. And I was like, oh, thank you, man. So I went down real slow, and I coasted about halfway down and got a little faster. And damn if I didn't almost scrub really hard. Like the front wheel dove in, and I took everything I had not to go over the bars, and I made it. I made it through the big washy sand thing. And then, so Benny was at the top, and I was like, Benny, whatever you do, walk it halfway down. I was like yelling to him. walk it halfway down. I mean, it had a coaster brake Huffy, 20-inch wheels. Walk it halfway down. And he was like, you know, F you or whatever. And I'm like, dude, really, walk it halfway down. There's a big sand thing down here. And he's like, whatever, dude, you did it. And he didn't realize, he didn't see me almost dying at the end of it. And he did not walk it halfway down. He was at the top pedaling. And I was like, oh no, he's actually pedaling at the top. And I'm like, no. And he's pedaling that thing. And man, he got to the bottom. That front wheel caved in the sand, and he went over the bars into some bushes, and his whole front wheel just caved in like a pretzel. And I had to ride him on the handlebars and tow his bike with the other hand all the way back to North Oakland. It was a rough day. He was a little shaver back then. He was like 12, but still. I had to ride him on the handlebars and tow his bike, crunching along behind us all the way from Berkeley campus. So that's my Strawberry Hill story. And I wish he was here to say something, because he wouldn't have anything good to say except I should have listened to you. When somebody's at the bottom saying, stop, don't come, don't pedal down. Anyway, let's try to get this in. It's being stubborn. Yeah, the fool was straight pedaling at the top. Like he needed speed for something? Dude. Yeah, it's being stubborn. Yeah, it's being stubborn. What happened is we kind of cut that at a weird angle, so now it's not quite wanting to go in this stock holder, and they're kind of finicky. So we are going to do our best to get this in. And maybe I'll stop talking about the stories and actually do some work. Okay, we got one in. Wouldn't you know it? It's actually going to be the right size. Okay, we got that back one in. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. You guys can't see anything, can you? Yeah, I'm doing this right now. So we got this one in. And this one right here, oops, see this one right here? We're working on that now. We're trying to get that up and in, and it's kind of a tight fit since it's not a Schwinn cable. I think the Schwinn cables are 7mm or something like that. And oh, here's one right here, yeah. This is an actual piece of Schwinn gear cable from the 60s. And see, it's got that weird braided stuff on it, kind of like that little pattern. It's got this weird little pattern grooved into it. This is like 7mm, and it goes right in. There's no problem with that, but this is too ancient to use. If I could find some of this, that'd be great. But that's the problem. The newer cable, it's a little thicker. It's like 8mm or 6mm or something. There is a difference. There is a slight difference. This is the thick stuff here, right here. And this is the thinner stuff, the Schwinn stuff. There is a difference. Okay, so let's try to get that up in there. And the chain guard's in now, which is kind of a pain. So if the chain guard wasn't here, it would be better. And if the cranks weren't on, somebody was not thinking ahead. I might have to take this bolt off real quick. it's not a happy time. Oh, we got it. We got it. Yay. I'll show you what that looks like. Let's get you over here. Can you kind of see? Right in there and right down in there. So yeah, it's gray, but it's not the right diameter, but we got it in. It worked. They're always dicey. Even with the right cable, they're kind of dicey. Yeah, okay, so let's get the back one ready, and then we'll put it through to the derailleur. Oh, yeah, we got to put grease on this cable, too. All right, let's keep going. Hey, Turtle, you still watching? I know you get lots of bike stories. A lot of your stories, you're wrecking and stuff. I had my fair share of wrecks too. You know, when you're younger. Oh, that went through nice. See how nice that went through? Everything's good. No nips and no big sharp things. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put some grease on this back part here. And we're going to run that through in as well. So now we know there is grease in there. All right, that's good. Now we're going to test this here. Yep, we're good. Okay, now we know that we can go to this back part over here, and I'll spin you around again. It'll be okay. Good. Man, almost 2 hours just to get a cable in and some packed up cranks, you know. Well, what it is if I was just working out here with not worrying about showing people stuff, without messing with the stand and adjusting the cable and reading comments, we'd have this bike almost ready to, I'd be moving quickly. But, you know, I'm stopping and I'm talking about it, you know. Okay. So over here, now we're on this. So now we're going to cut a piece of this. But this derailleur is a little sticky. So while it doesn't have a cable in it, I'm going to spray it with some FFA. And we'll spray it down. And we'll work it back and forth. We might even blow some compressed air in there and see what's happening. It's only about 80 degrees out here. With the AC on. It's great. All right, let's get some FFA and spray it in there. FFA. FFA for the spray. More than enough. Well, at least that spraying works. That's good. All right, let's spray with some compressed air. And we're going to move the derailleur back with my hand and leave it open and spray up in there too. Yeah, I don't think this is the right derailleur actually. I think it should be a GT 500 or something like that. And this one's a GT 120. Schwinn approved GT 120. I don't think that's correct. I think that's from a 10-speed. And the fact that they had a 10-speed stem on this, which was also bent, leads me to believe that somebody along the line ditched the fenders, put some drop bars on it, and put the 10-speed derailleur on it. I don't know why though. With the 5-speed cluster in the back, it makes no sense. But if it works, it works. So we'll leave it on there. Okay, that feels much better now. Okay, so let's get the housing for this. And here's the one they had on it. This is the one they had on for the back. Should we trust them and just cut this? No. Yeah, that was way too big. Yeah, that was a problem. Yeah, they had this on here. This was for the back. Yeah, that's way too much. You see how much that comes up? That's incorrect. That would mess with you when you're shifting. That would be bad. So we're going to do the right thing. And we're going to put about, I'd say it should be about there. I'm thinking like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, we're going to snip it right there. And then we're going to check for sharp edges. That's what we do. All right. Alrighty. So is that sharp? Yeah, it's way sharp. Dude, this one's not bad here. Let's try to clean this one up. Yeah, it looks okay. It's this other one that's terrible. See if we can snip this across the shop here. It's getting shorter and shorter. We got to get that off of there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we just made this shorter though. So now we got to recheck it. I think we're okay though. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Now before we do this, oh, that's pretty good. I was going to put some grease on this. I think we will anyway. I know it's a pain to take it off, but we're going to put some grease on that just to make sure that that stays good a long time. Right. We're doing good. Cooling fin. Hot and humid here in Massachusetts. Got a short ride on the BMX and flags. We need flags. Yeah. Cooling fin. No beer, no fireworks. Banners and bikes. Works for me. Have a happy. Yeah. I am very happy with what I do. No reason to get all lit up and blow your hand off. Okay, we put grease on that. That's good. You guys still there? Where would you go? All right, this is ready. I'm going to pop that in there, how it goes. And there we go. All right, so let's put this through. And then we'll get some grease. Good. Put some grease right here and work it back and forth. Okay, so we're going to work it in there, and then we're going to put some here and work this back. So there's grease all through there, not just like 2/3 of here. So we got some on the back here, and we worked it in. Okay, now we've got it all over our hands, unfortunately. Okay. Me and wifey are gonna try to go on a bike ride tomorrow. I think we're gonna get up really early and go before it's hot. I got a lot of bikes to test. I got like 4 or 5 bikes to choose from that I could go test. I already tested the Huffy, and I'm tempted to take that one. It rides so good. It's a good riding bike. A Huffy. Tighten it up and go. It's fiddly. Very fiddly. There we go. Very good. Okay, that's probably pretty good. I like this bend here. Okay, we're not gonna adjust this or do anything, but I will trim that excess off. And we might even put a little cable protector on that. That's how we roll. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing great. Except I can't find. I can't find the. Oh, here we go. Okay. As in cable protector, I mean a piece of lamp wire that's clear. That's how we're gonna roll on that. Yeah, just get a piece of lamp wire. The clear stuff looks better. It looks like it actually was meant for a bike. And just cut some off about 1/2 inch. And you take it off of there. And open it up with your handy dandy map compass. Just one end. Some people use a lighter to heat it up. I don't. There's no reason to smell plastic. All right, you've opened that end up a little bit. And then you come over here. And Bob's your uncle. There you go. And there it is. Little cable protector. Now you could heat that with a lighter if you want. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's on there for good. Especially once it heats up and sees sunlight and stuff like that. When sunlight hits it, it doesn't see sunlight. when sunlight hits the plastic, the plastic doesn't look and see the sunlight. Okay, so we're doing great. I mean, I know it doesn't look like we did much, but we got into here. We cleaned and repacked these bearings. There is now a correct Schwinn style cable that the cable actually fits into the shifter instead of some big stupid brake cable. We've got this one that fits in there, and it does work. Oops, I didn't tighten it. That's right. We didn't tighten it yet because we're waiting for the back wheel to be on. It will work. It will work. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to leave this unadjusted right now until I get the back wheel. Okay, so what's going on here? We have a new front cable, new back cable, new shifting cable. It is all gray cabled up. We can put this away and we can move on to other things, like exciting things, like getting into the back wheel. And we're going to start that, but I don't think I'm going to follow through. It's getting late in the day, and like I said, it's like 80 degrees out here, even with the AC on, which means it's about 93 outside. Okay, let's get into this back wheel. Let's get into it. Okay. Anybody else got some silly comments? Anybody else talking silly stuff? All right. Oh, we got quite a few people watching. Okay, quick check. I know someone's from Massachusetts. I always like to say, where are people from? It kind of makes me feel important, like I've got worldwide prestige, you know. So where's everybody from? Quick check. I know we got a Massachusetts person here, and I think we got a North Carolina person, my buddy Brightwell. And I know Christian lives in California. But chime in. It'll keep me going, and I'll break into this back wheel. You guys are going to love it. We're going to go over here. Okay. Ooh, crunchy and dry. Crunchy and dry. Dang, that's crunchy. And that is the French free will remover. Blatant localism. Arcata, California. All right. Cool. Oh, that's right. Humboldt somewhere up there. Yeah. I have been to Arcata, actually. John Wilster, Arizona. Happy Independence Day. Oh, well, happy 4th to you, too. Happy Sequentia Centennial. There is an actual name for the one for the 250. Sequentia something. Anyway. Christopher Stapleton, outside more than inside today, but I'm on now. Oh, yeah, because you were down in Ocala. You were doing some, probably lost 10 pounds in water weight today. Okay, so we're going to take this free wheel off, and it uses the weird little French one. Yeah, it uses this atom remover. It's not Shimano. And these are kind of weak, but they do fit over everything. Now, push come to shove, if I think I'm going to break this, then I'll take the axle out and I'll use this one, which is the same one, but there's no way you're breaking that sucker. Anyway, I'm hoping not to. I'm hoping to use this, so we'll see. Lake City, Michigan. Yeah, okay, Randy. Man, that does not want to go on. Yeah, that's pretty gummy in there, folks. Man, that does not want to go on there. I think we're going to give it a little tappy, a tap, tap, taparoo. Yeah, the inside of that freewheel is really dirty. Let's see if we can force it in with a 15 millimeter and a bolt. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Probably not. It's just so much dirt in there that I'm attempting to press the atom puller in. Oh yeah, it's pressing in. It's so dirty. It's so dirty inside of here. Probably kids with 3-in-1 oil. I'm pressing it in with the bolt. I'm pressing the puller in. And then when it's bottomed out, I'll go out a little bit. And that way I can get it back off. Plus it'll have room to come off. Now, I doubt this is going to work, but we'll try the wrench technique. But I think I'm going over to the vise in just a second. I think I will be going to the vise. We will see. Yeah! Wow, that's good. It worked. Woo! Okay, so now we'll take the bolt, take the nut off that I used to drive it in. And we'll probably, once we get this off, we're probably going to have to drive this back out with a punch or something, because it is on there. That tool is in there now. But we were successful. Yeah, at this point, you're not just going to pull this out of here. You're not pulling this out. We got to go over to the vise and, well, I hate to put this in the vise. I think I'm just going to put something in here and smack it in my hand a little bit. Yeah. Like this Schwinn seat post. It's always good for Schwinn seat posts to smack the bottom of them, yeah. There we go. Yep. Okay, we got the tool out. You can see all the dirt that was stuck in there. We'll have to clean this before we use it again. We'll make sure we clean that. Okay, and this 5-speed freewheel is gummy. Like I said earlier in the last video, it doesn't even spin. It just stops instantly. And unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to take this apart and clean it and try to reuse it. These 5-speed ones, to get a good quality one is difficult now, especially with this little ring that Schwinn had on here. Let's see if this is Shimano. I think it is. I can't tell what this is. Well, it has a plastic seal on the back, so I think that's Shimano. I think with this plastic seal, that means this is a Shimano. And we can get into this. This one's not too hard. I think you can get into this. At least take these plastic covers off and oil it. Well, I mean, it's worth a shot. It's really gummy. And I can see all the wear is on 3rd and 4th gear. Most of the wear is on this 3rd gear, which is the gear you're always in a 5-speed. Okay, we'll put that to the side. That's still questionable, actually. So what's not questionable is us breaking down this rim. I mean, this hub. Okay, there's the hub. There's a spoke protector. And look how many times the chain went behind there. Oh, my God. I will definitely be asking Fred for one of these. I'm going to have to ask Fred for one of these. I don't think I have one, but I don't think this is going back on the bike. You can see many issues, many times. You can see the chain has wrapped in there many, many times, probably because they used the wrong derailleur and didn't adjust it right. I did ride the bike a little bit just to test it, but look how many times the derailleur's been in there. That's a lot. That's a lot of wear. It's a lot of crunching and mangling, and that's many times that the chain went past first gear into the spokes, and that makes me worry about the spokes, because when that happens, this thing presses really hard against the spokes. So let's look. Yeah, there's a mark right there. That spoke should be replaced. There's a mark here. Yeah, we'll have to look at these very carefully. Yeah, it's questionable. You can see right here. You can see right there, there's a little nick. Yeah, that bugs me. Yeah, we'll have to take that out really carefully. But for now, let's repack the hub. And here's the whole problem. See, this was loose. And that means that the cone's tightened up. Whenever these are loose inside the hub, inside the freewheel, which you can't touch, you can't tighten, when that loosens up, these tighten up. And this is really it's really bad. You can hear it. It's like very crunchy and tight. Now, we could just back it off and put it back on, but we're not going to do that. We know that. Just look at this baked grease on here. I mean, look at that. You know that there's no real grease left in there. It's time. It's definitely time. So we're going to leave this side alone. We're going to leave that side tight, and we're going to undo this side. And that way we have a reference point of what's happening for the length. And then hopefully we'll just clean everything up and the cones will be okay. Let's break it down. What is the rim width on that 700C? Which one? The Blue Continental? The one we were supposed to be working on instead of this one? Let me measure. I think the tires that are on there are 23C. Let me measure real quick. We were supposed to work on that one too today. Yeah. I know you're supposed to measure in millimeters, but it's 3/4 of an inch, whatever that is. A 23C, a 28C. I think you could even go 32C. I think I'm going to get some 32Cs for that bike, as big as I can fit on that rim. Yeah, those little yellow tires are really small. That's not anything I can deal with in the off-road. But the Ambrosia rims are nice. And we were supposed to work on that a little bit too, but I kind of got caught up in the collegiate whirl here. Let's tear down this back hub. Let's keep going and at least soak the parts so I can come out here tomorrow and finish it up. Okay. You guys still here? Where would you go? It's 4th of July. You gotta watch this. Yeah, this thing, I can't believe anybody even wrote it like this. The person that did the work on this bike just did all the wrong things, you know? Yeah. Got to get something to soak the parts in. Okay, let's take this side off. We'll pop the cone. We'll pop the bearing protectors out. And we'll pop this side off. Oh, and believe it or not, I finally broke down and bought a 16mm wrench. That was the big purchase of the day. And yeah, 16 millimeter. Oh, wow. Thank you, Blatant Localism. That's mighty generous of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm trying to track down a set of 700C to convert the Suburban. Yeah, any 700C will work, but if you want to go a little thicker on the wheel size, you're going to have to go thicker on the 700C width. That's the beauty about 700C. You can go really wide and it'll still be 700C, just the rim is wider. It makes so many tires for 700C. Thank you, Blatant Localism. That's really, really good. I'm going by leaps and bounds, and when people kick in a few bucks, man, it just makes my day. Thank you so much. I did buy a 16 millimeter wrench today. It was very important. Doesn't seem to be the right size. Thought 16 was it. Oh. I might be taking the other side off. That is really buggered there. Let's try to find a 17. This is a 17. Way loose. And this should be 16. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was really tight, yeah. Somebody wrote it really hard and really tight on that other side. I wouldn't be surprised if this hub is no good. We'll see. Okay. Wow, that took a lot. Let's spray this thread with some FFA so I can get this off. Yeah. Make sure you get your can of FFA. Okay, so now we're ready to throw this axle in here, and we'll fill it up with something, like some kind of solvent or something, let it sit overnight. I have my doubts about this hub, as someone ran it tight a long time. Okay, well, let's just let those fall in there. Let's spray these real quick, and we'll check these cones and see if there's even anything worth saving in this. The axle is straight. The axle is straight on this, so let's check these cones real quick. I don't have high hopes for this hub. It was very tight, and even getting it apart, like the cones were wedged in really tight against the bearings, and they were dry. I mean, there's plenty of grease on the axle, but that's not where it's needed. It's needed on the cones. Yeah, there's some brittling there. Not terrible, though. This one looks really bad, though. Spray this one and check it out. Okay, we're looking at this cone right now. And this cone also has some brittling. Not terrible, though. It's usable. I'd rather have a better cone. And I might put this on hold until I do get one. That's pretty bad. There's some slight little marks on the cone itself. There's no way you can see that, but you can try. There's some tiny little spots on there. It's not bad. It's usable. I'm just not feeling it. We'll soak everything. We'll take a good look at it. Okay, now we're going to pop these bearing covers off. And you just take a flathead screwdriver and you pop them off. And they're surprisingly clean. Oh man, these are so gooey. Wow. Sticky. Not in a good way. Yeah, no one's ever been in this hub. That's old white lithium grease. I'm going to pop this one off. And this one's pretty clean too. Oh, there's a bearing. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is just a blank hub now. And what we're going to do is we're going to spray some cleaner in here and take a really good look inside here once that's clean, both sides. And that will determine whether this rim is complete garbage, or I can change a few spokes, get some cones, or maybe just, clean up the ones I have. We'll see. Yeah. Spray it with some FFA. Oh yeah, this looks good on this side. Yeah, that one looks okay. We got lucky on this side. Yeah, we're okay. That looks pretty good. I don't see any major problems there. Let's spray the other side and see. Thank you again, Blatant Localism. You rock, dude. And this one's good too. I think we lucked out. I think there's just some slight wear on those cones that I could probably just deal with. I think we're okay on this one too. There's nothing major. There's a little rust spot near the axle, but that's just normal. It's just in there. Yeah, I don't see any major. I don't see major problems here. I think the hub is good, and once we get that extra goo off of there, we'll be all right. Let's do that right now. Yeah, this is ready to rebuild. Although that spoke thing is kind of bugging me, and these cones are bugging me too. Yeah, you can't see it, but I can. You guys can't see this, but I can. It's a slight brittling. There's some small pocks in this. It's especially right there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, right there. You see that? Those little tiny marks on the line of wear. Right there. Yeah. It's not going to be great. Now I could chuck these up in the lathe and kind of touch them, but that never works too good unless you're really just desperate. Uh, wow, and this bolt is made off center. Look at that. There's this bolt. Maybe that's why it loosened up. Look at this bolt. Look at the wedge bolt here. Watch, I'm going to turn it. Ready? You see how that's kind of like lumpy bumpy? They were going fast in the 70s, man. They were going real fast. I'm not going to reuse that. That's probably why that other piece got loose. Wow. You see that? Can you guys see that? There's like a big, like they drilled that wedge bolt off. It's definitely thinner on one side. Maybe that's why I was having a problem getting it off. Yeah, I'm gonna use a different one. Yeah. Okay. Mex 387. I'm going to ride my 86. The wind around after a while. Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired up in here. It's been, what is it, 3:22? Yeah, I started at 1. Yeah, we're 2.5 hours in, and all I did was cable that and repack it. But we did break into this hub, and man, I can't believe that that's not a bent axle. Look at the pinch bolt. Watch the pinch bolt right up and down. You ready? Woo! It's right there. There's like a big area, and then it swoops down. They were moving fast in the 70s. Yeah, they were making bikes real quick. Okay, we're going to soak all this stuff. And I think we're going to call it. I have to decide what I'm going to do about those cones. I don't think I'm going to put that back together like that. Not where I bring these bikes. No. Yeah, we got to clean this tool. This is the one I shoved in there. Yeah, it's the rear axle. And they were making bikes real quick. Anyway, the hub's fine. The axle's fine. That pinch bolt's not. And the axle's straight. It's that pinch bolt. It was drilled off center. And the cones are not good. So I got to make a decision. I got to make a decision whether I'm going to reuse these cones. That one's brindled a little bit too. I don't know if you can see it. I'll have to make a decision whether I'm going to use these cones and just wing it. They're not bad, but they're somebody wrote it with no. What happened was, you know how this happened? Somebody wrote it with it tight and no grease. That's why these rear cones are ruined. And that's why the front wheel is probably the same way. When you get an old bike and you don't re-grease it and you don't clean everything and you just take a ride, that's it. You've ruined all the hard parts. You've ruined all these parts. Something to think about when you just jump on an old bike and think it's all good. So don't do it. Okay, what's next? What can we possibly do? I'm getting kind of tired. There's got to be something. Maybe we'll break into the front wheel too, just see how crappy that is. We could put this freewheel on this other bike I wanted to deal with. What do you think about that? Let me think. We might switch gears here. We did promise to work on 2 Schwinns. And it's a 3-speed with the keyway. No, that's just a 5-speed collegiate hub. You got here late, but we've been dealing with this collegiate for a while, and I'm going to switch gears, and we're going to put a Japanese Schwinn World Traveler on here, and I'm going to put a fixed gear cog on it and kind of hook it up to be a runner. That was another 700C conversion. So we're going to switch gears here. And hey, Michael, what's up, Midwest guy? You missed all the fun. We're going to switch gears now. We're kicking this junker to the side, and we're going to tip it up on his bars out of the way. thing back on. Okay, you guys here? Okay, we're going to get this green bike that's way in the back, and we're switching gears here. Just give me a second. Actually, we're literally not switching gears. We're literally not going to switch gears because this doesn't have gears. Yeah, we're literally fixing fixed gears. All right, we got to work on this. I'm kind of mad that it's not a running bike, and we took the 27-inch wheels off of it, and we put 700C on, and they're really nice wheels, and it needs to have a 22 fixed gear put on it because the hub is a double fixed gear hub. I can't run a freewheel on this one, unfortunately. So let's pop this in the stand, and we're going to take the back wheel off, and we're going to put a 22 Mr. Control on here, and then we're going to put a chain and a half link if we need it, and then this will be a running bike. So let's keep going here. Oh, much lighter than that one. Woo. Okay, I believe this to be a 71 or 2 World Traveler made in Japan. It was not in the catalog. It did not make the catalog, and it's opaque green. And I bought it from a lady in Asheville on Facebook a long time back. And I immediately converted it to 1-speed freewheel, 27-inch. And then after that, I decided to make it, the lighting's terrible, but it's a really nice color. And I decided to make it fixed gear. Well, I wanted to make it fixed gear flip-flop hub, but the hub I bought is a double fixed gear hub. You can't put a freewheel on the other side. There's not enough thread. So that's an 18 right there now, but we need a 22 because I actually know that you need a 22. Anyway, and it's odd because it has one-piece cranks, even though it was made in Japan. It's kind of an odd one. It's not in the catalog for 72. It's a World Traveler. They're fairly rare. Anyway, let's take this back wheel off and put the 22 on that other side. We're going to leave the 18 on there. Let's go. Now I've got plenty of half lengths, and if I have to use one, I will, but I don't think I have to use one. I think there's plenty of room. Look at that, it even came off. It didn't even spread that much. We got lucky with this wheel set. This was a nice wheel set from Hearn Cycle. I put these Continental Gator skins on here. They are directional. I don't know why, there's not much to them. But I did realize when I was putting it on here that I would be switching this to the other side. So we have the direction correct, but come on, what directional? What are you possibly setting up? What kind of harmonic balance are you possibly setting up? There's no tread on there. Just some engineer decided to spin the tire at 400 miles an hour so he could deem that there needs to be a directional arrow on the tire. I could see them spinning this at like Mach 70. Yeah, it makes a difference. No, it doesn't. There's an arrow somewhere here. I've been through this before. It's only on one side. Globen. Yeah, it's only on one side. There is a direction to it. There is an arrow. Huh. Oh, rotation that way. Right. So when we put that on, it'll be wrong. Well, I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think it's going to matter. Let's put the 22 tooth Mr. Control on here. And here it is. Mr. Control. Or mentally retarded control. Yeah, 22 tooth. The lock ring's there. I don't know if it's going to fit. We could take the lock ring off the other side. Let's just break into this. And it's here. Let's put it on. And why they put the lock ring in a separate plastic bag, I have no idea. How's that? Like, you're not going to lose it because it's in this separate plastic bag. Okay, let's put this on. We'll put a dab of grease on here anyway. Mr. Control. Okay, there's a dab of grease on the threads. Now, here's the reason I couldn't use. You're not supposed to put a freewheel on this because it's got that step down. That bigger one is for the fixed gear, and it doesn't go all the way across, and that's for the lock ring, which is left-hand thread. So you're not supposed to put a freewheel on there because it'll be weak. There won't be enough threads. Okay, and we probably should use the chain whip on this because what will happen is when I get this lock ring on, and the first time I pedal it, it's going to move, and then the lock ring's going to be loose. So let's use the chain whip right now. Away from your face. Okay, that's good. All right, so hopefully this is the right lock ring. It is. All right, let's find the right tool for it too. Let's try that one. Oh yeah, we got it. That's okay. Okay. Now we have a 22 and an 18. 18, 22. We can actually ride this now with the 22. Let's put it back in the middle of the stays where we want it and see if we need a half link or not. This hub felt really good when I got it from Hearns. I did not repack it. It's fine. It is a good wheel. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, let's pop it in. And I hope I don't need a half link. I just hope I don't, because I don't like to use those unless I really have to. All right, let's put it on. Oh, yeah. Good, lines up good. Excellent. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Yeah, I've been waiting for this to come in the mail. I knew I wasn't going to run a 3918. There's no way. That lines up pretty damn good. And we can use the smaller 3/32 chain. And it looks pretty good here. I wanted to kick off a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, we'll get the final on that in a second. All right, this is in the middle, so let's see how the chain looks, and if we have to put a half link on it, we will. Let's see. Michael Carr had to go get some food on a grub run. Yeah, well, you got to eat. It's the 4th, man. You know, you got to have weenies and beans and stuff and have gas. Mex. I did a 590 to 559 swap on my 86 Huffy. Love a good wheel swap. Yeah, man. I love messing with Huffies. What do you got to lose? A Huffy is like owning a ranch house. You have an open slate. You want to put pillars in front of your ranch house? You want to paint it purple? You want to put a second story on it? You want to paint the brick? I mean, anything you do to a ranch house is good. And Huffy is the same way. Beautiful colors, looks in great shape. Oh, there's a scuff on one side. On the other side, I mean to touch up. But it's not bad. It's opaque green. And opaque green in anything is hard to find. There's only a few years. And like I say, this one's not in the catalog. Yeah, the lady didn't really know what she had. Actually, she just wanted to get $50. She didn't care. All right, let's put the chain on. And hopefully, I won't need a half link. So let's see how this looks. Oh, this is a big chain. What am I doing? This is a really big chain. I don't need this chain. It's for another bike. Yeah, it's here. Right. What's this chain? Yeah. It's a skinnier. What was I doing? Yeah, I'm going to run the 332nd chain because we're running a 10-speed gear in the front off of a Schwinn 10-speed. And that's a 332nd in the back. I think we're okay. Let's see if we are. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's see if we need a half link. I have my suspicions. There's already a tight link. Huh. What's this link here? There's this tight link right here. Huh. You see that? Interesting. Oh, there we go. I kind of messed with it. Yeah, it's a tight link. Let's spray that with something while we have it off. A little better. I think that'll work its way in. All right, let's see if we need a half link. I think we probably do. Let's see where things go. I keep forgetting this. Fixed here. Yes, we need a half link. If we want that to stay in the middle, we need a half link. Damn it. Okay, well, let's get a half link out. And this is a 332nd half link. You can buy these, $3 or $4. I just buy them in quantity because I'm always doing this. I'm always converting 10 speeds to fixed gear or to 1-speed freewheel. And I like the wheel to stay where it's supposed to, not too far back or not too far forward or too far back. And these half links really help you out. And I'm always doing this, so I just buy a bunch of these. If you convert a whole bunch of bikes, then you have a whole bunch of stuff ready, right? All right, let's put this on. So right now we're just putting this half link on. Here's the half link, and we're going to press it in. Pressing in the half link, and here we go. Yeah, that's what held me up on this bike. I did the conversion, and I think we even tested it with the 18. Just on the stand. I didn't go trailing or anything. But now, with this half link and the 22 tooth, theoretically, I could go test this tomorrow if I wanted to. I wanted to be all Mr. Gung-Ho, fixie off-roader. Those things don't really go hand in hand with each other, actually. Mr. Careful vintage bike rider in the off-road. Right now I'm just checking to see that the pin is where I want it to be. And good, it's about the same each side now. Now this is tight, and I don't want to start twisting it and loosening it up until I get the other part on it. Then I can kind of crunch the chain back and forth. All right, so let's put this on. There's still this bad link here. I can feel it. Hope that loosens up. There's another one here. Wow. What happened to this chain? Oh, this one's really tight. Look at that one. We're going to have to spray that one a little bit. We're kind of working this one back, making sure. Okay, that'll probably work its way out, probably. All right, let's put this on. Put the gibbering and the John. Okay, so we're going to do this so I can get to that link. So I think we're going to do it this way. Yes. Now hopefully there'll be room to slide the wheel back. It's not cooperating. We have to spread that with something. Oh, dude. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're driving the pin in now. And I'm hoping that I'll probably have to adjust the wheel a little bit back, but not much. And it'll stay kind of in the middle where I want it to stay. Oop, that pin went way too far. We gotta drive that pin back the other way. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, that feels pretty good. Half link installed. And there is no master link. We're not running a master link on this bike. Okay, yeah, that's kind of loose. That's okay, we've got room. At least it's not short. Not bad. That's really not bad. A little tight spot there. I think this is worn. You know. Yeah, that's not bad. It's in the middle. I could kick that way a little bit. We might do that. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, we have a 22 and 39. There's a couple little kinky spots that are tight, and a couple of tight spots in the chain. There's two of them. I think once the first time I ride it, really put some oomph on it, I think that'll kind of like cycle its way out. This bike is ready to test if we had pedals. I have tested this bike, but it was 1-speed freewheel, 27-inch. So, and I liked it a lot. But with this new hub, it has to be fixed gear on both sides. There's no way around it. So this is going to be a fixed gear bike. This is the way it is. And, it feels pretty good. Yeah, there's a couple tight spots in the chain. Right. Right here. Yeah. Yeah, it's right there. I can see it popping. I think the first time I ride it, first time you really put some oomph on it and, do the whole fixed gear thing, I think it'll be okay. Okay, well, this one, I'm calling this one good. It's ready for pedals and a test. Let's just make sure the front wheel is tight. That'd be nice, huh? If the front wheel didn't come off while we're riding. Oh, yeah, that's tight. That's gorilla tight. Yeah, it's good. So fixed gear with handbrakes. I'm a wimp. It's okay. I'm a poser. Okay, so that one's good. Let's pop it off the stand. And I think we'll pop the other junker on because I am going to do some work on that tomorrow on the slide. But I might take this one on a ride tomorrow. All I got to do is put pedals on it. All right, let's pop this off. Yeah, it's not bad. That one turned out better than I thought, actually. All right, let's pop this collegiate back up. Dude, it's getting tiring. Well, folks, I think that's about all I can handle tonight. We've been doing this since 1, and it's 3:50. It's 2, 3. That's almost 4 hours. I'm pretty burned up out here. I'm probably sweated about 5 gallons of sweat. I guess the next live feed, I'll keep you informed. I don't know what I'm going to do. If I get some tires for the blue Continental, I'll do that. I have these tires, though. I do have these tires for this collegiate white walls. It's going to be good. We'll put them on the hook. So really, all I really got to do is figure out that back wheel and throw this together and get a chain. So, and repack the front wheel. There's always more than you think to make something right. But this is coming along, and I really like that it's a tall frame, this distance here. So, yeah, and I'll look up Carson Cyclery in Bend, Oregon. We'll see where the heck that is and what their story is. See if they're still in business. Yeah, it's always fun to look those things up. Okay, well, ta-ta for now. I think the vote for the next live feed will be, I think this one will probably be done. I'm going to just do this one on the side. I think the vote is the Continental. I guess it's still going to be the Continental and the collegiate. I'll come up with some vote for you. Don't worry. All right, peace out, man. It's been almost 3 hours. I got to go enjoy the 4th and make a little bed for the dogs to hide in when they're really scared tonight. And thank you, Blatant Localism, for kicking down. You know, that's really good. I need more of that. Keeps me coming out here on the live feeds. It's good. I love talking to everybody too. And have a good 4th of July. Stay safe. You know, stay home, hide under the covers, whatever you need to do. If you do take a night ride or something, use a headlight, use a helmet. Yeah, use your brain. Okay. Don't do anything I would do. Okay. Peace out, folks. See you later.